Hello again, boys and girls. Welcome back. After talking about local variables, it occurred to me that you might have trouble with the concept, so I wanted to do one more example that might help clarify it a little bit more. So we're going to go, instead of to local vars, we're going to open up the class called local vars 2 and take a look at it. So what we have is, it's much like the other one. We have the instance variable fun that has scope all over the entire class. It's at the very top level of braces, so it'll be everywhere. It'll exist everywhere you see the green. And we have this other one called boring that is very limited in scope. It only exists when the program is between these two braces. If I'm in the print or up here, right, that variable does not exist. Its scope is limited only to this method change. So what would happen if we ran this program? Right? We have the void main. It creates the object called test. It would call the change method. So it would create this integer called boring. However, once that method ends, you go back and go to the print, that method doesn't exist anymore. So even though the print method says to print out the value for boring, there isn't one. The variable fun would be just fine. It exists here and here. But the variable boring does not exist outside those two braces. Outside these two braces here. So if I try to compile it, what happens is, if you look at the bottom, it says it cannot find the variable boring. Okay. I'm trying to print this value, but the value only exists up here. So outside of here, I cannot call a print line asking for that variable. Okay. It's a local variable. Okay. So again, the instance variable has the value of 0 by default, and it exists everywhere in the class. The local variable, however, boring, only exists in the method change. If I'm down here in print, there is no variable called boring. It doesn't know what to do. So just to show you, I can put this print line somewhere where it would work. If I'm inside this statement here, or inside this piece of code, this is where the value for boring actually exists. If I try to compile it now, it works fine. And it prints the value 99. Okay? Because it's called up between the two braces, that value exists, that has a value of 99, it gets printed when I call the change method. The print method only tries to print the value for fun now, so we get that 0 here. So just another example of when variables exist and don't exist. Inside the braces where they're created, you can use them for whatever purpose you want. Outside the braces, however, those variables are beyond their scope and they would not actually print. And the computer knows that. It won't let the program compile. So again, if it's inside the braces for the class, this variable exists everywhere for the class. If it's inside the braces for a method, it exists only in that particular method. So again, at this point, go to the Check for Understanding worksheet and work on those couple of problems. If you have questions, bring them to class. And also watch video 2. It's on methods that return information to you.